Jansen Harris here with the Just Good Network. We're talking Lamar Jackson, who's 23 years old, and we're talking Patrick Mahomes, who is 24 years old, who will have a better 2020 season. To me, this was close because both of them, I believe, will be Pro Bowl players again this season. No surprise there. If they both stay healthy, health will be key for Lamar Jackson, seeing how he could keep up this style. Can he do it long term? And for Patrick Mahomes, we know he was hurt last season for a couple games, but if he could stay healthy, you should expect the same. Now, who's going to have a better 2020? I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes is going to have a better 2020, but let me tell you why. First of all, Lamar Jackson was straight awesome in 2019. As you guys know, he won the MVP, straight monster, Pro Bowl, offensive MVP. He just had the numbers, crazy numbers, 36 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions, 113 quarterback rating, NFL record 1,206 rushing yards, 6.9 per carry, and 7 rushing touchdowns. So, all together, he had 43 touchdowns, which is crazy. And through his whole career so far, in 2 seasons, he has 42 touchdown passes and only 9 interceptions. So just put that in perspective. He completed 66% of his passes as well. So he was a straight monster. And let me just go over everything. The second youngest player to win the MVP award behind Jim Brown. He's only the 4th African American ever to win the MVP award. He is only the 2nd unanimous MVP winner. Lamar Jackson is the face of the league. What he was doing, we haven't seen done since Mike Vick. He probably did it even better. He has the most rushing yards in a season, like I said, most rushing attempts by a quarterback in a season, 159. Most perfect passer rating games, tied with Ben Roethlisberger. So Lamar Jackson's a monster. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's defying the odds. He only weighs 216 pounds, which is crazy. He can make guys miss. He does it all. This is my issue with Lamar Jackson. And it isn't a big issue. This is just playoffs. He's 0-2 in the playoffs. He played bad in 2018. I'm just going to be transparent. 14 completions, 29 attempts. Only 48% of his passes were complete. He threw an interception. He didn't play well at all. But that was his rookie year. 2019, the numbers don't look that bad. Him throwing for 365 passing yards. But he threw 59 times, which I blame John Harbaugh, excuse me. That's not a recipe for winning. And we know he had 143 rushing yards. Yes, on paper, that looks good. But he really didn't play well in key situations. A bunch of times he had drops. I will give him credit for that. There was drops. But he wasn't on the same page as his receivers. At times, he looked scared. And I think the Titans, they were really physical with him. They weren't scared of Lamar Jackson. So just expect teams to be that physical with Lamar Jackson next season. I'm not saying he won't be great. I'm not saying he won't put up similar numbers. I just don't think he's going to be as good as Patrick Mahomes is. And I don't think he's going to be as good as he was last season. I think defenses are going to catch up to him. I think injuries could plague him a little bit. But we'll see how he adjusts his game, because he definitely took big strides from 2018 to 2019. And I'll give the Titans credit too. They won their last 5 out of 7 games to get into the playoffs, and they were making noise doing that. But I'm not taking anything away from Lamar Jackson either. He's the first player ever to throw 30 touchdowns and have 1,000 yards rushing. I'm not hating at all. He's a monster. First player with 5 touchdown passes in Monday Night Football debut. Many didn't know that. There's just a lot of things that he could do. Now, Patrick Mahomes, let me say this about him. His first season, technically as a starter, second season overall, he was better 2 years ago. But he was completely healthy. Threw over 5,000 passing yards, completely dominated the league. 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He was the man. He was basically the black version of Aaron Rodgers, but a little bit better and a little bit younger. He also completed 66% of his passes. He was a beast, straight beast. But what happened? Basically, they were so close to going to the championship game, but it didn't happen. But he still played well in the postseason. 2018, he threw 3 touchdown passes, no picks, completed 59% of his passes, but he played well in the playoffs, and he won a playoff game, unlike Lamar Jackson. 2019, he was a monster as well, too, but injuries plagued him. Started 14 games, he missed 2 games, threw a little bit over 4,000 passing yards, still 26 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, great ratio. Think about this, which is mind-boggling if you're a numbers guy. 76 touchdown passes, 18 interceptions already. Over 9,000 passing yards in just 2 seasons. This guy is a monster. Let's also talk about this as well, too. 2019, his historical playoff run in the playoffs. 10 touchdowns, 2 picks, 111 QB rating. Monster. Completed 64% of his passes. He did his thing. Plus, he showed up in the fourth quarter in the Super Bowl MVP. I think he's going to build off that momentum and get even better. Maybe not better when it comes to numbers, but better with the confidence, knowing he's won a Super Bowl, and he's going to be a $200 million player. But when I compare these guys, I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is going to be bad next season. I'm not saying he's not going to be an MVP player. He might be top 3, top 4 in the MVP. But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to play with even more confidence, knowing how that season ended. And let's talk about his chief records, his franchise records. Most passes thrown in a game. Most touchdown passes in a single season. Most passing yards single season. Playoff wins by a quarterback. He's tied for the record already. Fastest player in NFL history to throw 4,000 passing yards and 40 touchdown passes. He did that in 13 games, which is unheard of. Fastest to 7,500 career passing yards. He did it in 24 games. Straight monster. Most touchdown passes through his first 8 career games, 22. Most touchdown passes through his first 3 games with 10. The list goes on. Patrick Mahomes is doing things we've never seen done. So is Lamar Jackson, but Patrick Mahomes is just on another level. And I think in 2020, Patrick Mahomes will be a better player than Lamar Jackson, and he's most likely going to be the MVP next season. Like, comment, subscribe below. Let me know what you guys think. Go like us on Facebook, Just Good Network. Go follow us on Twitter. Go follow us also on Instagram as well, Just Good Network. Let me know who you think is going to have a better 2020. Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. And likely who has a better 2020 will probably be the MVP next season. I'm Jansen Harris with the Just Good Network.